Yes, got it. All right. So let's get started. Today we are studying the most interesting topic for today, and that is, yes, come in. That is law and the importance of law. So please write down the topic. Hello, Bhumiji. Everything going fine? Bhumiji, I have not received your answer yet. And your physical participant, because I have measured their potential, but still online participant, even chat my active participation. So, for example, Bhumiji, Sandeep but still I have not received your answers yet. So I could not measure your performance. Right? So please, by today or tomorrow, send me at least an answer. Is that okay, Bhumiji? Bhumiji, am I clear? Okay. Okay, so now let's get started. So everybody, what is law? This is a very easy question, no? So Premji, what is law for you? Code and conduct. Okay, that's cool. Abhishek, what is law for you?
Certain rule.
Good. Certain rules that govern the country, no? Okay, so Bikasi, what is law for you? Very good. Rule made by the parliament. Okay. Laws made by the
Which limit the people as well as the country.
good, very good. And limitation. Mithilisi always come up with new dimensions. So the rule which limits the government. And Pratikji, code of conduct prepared by the country to its citizen. That's good. Then also, Santoshi, may I hear from you? Rules and regulation. Okay, so Hamro Satrudhanji.
The rules, regulation, and policies
Good.
the government for its citizen.
Good. So from ladies representation, Barsaji, what is law? Yes, it is the code of conduct. Yes, come in. Aratiji, any different perspective? Yes, it's rule and code of conduct, of course, I know. Okay, so write down one important statement of law. What is law? Right? Law is the valid instrument to govern the society. Law is the valid instrument to govern the society. Yes, Atul and Aditya, please make yourself comfortable. We are writing a statement that is what is law. Yes, come on. So Dhirendra ji, am I correct?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So let them take out their notebook. So let's two definition. So how easy is it? It is the valid instrument to govern the society, and it's a valid instrument. I know. So law is that. We will discuss so many scholarly definition. I know. So the law law ma ke parsa, I know law ko dimensions law ko importance study garchau. So write down the important definition. As you said, it is a set of rules. That's also correct. Some like many of you mentioned that is the rules and code of conduct. So yes, law is the set of rules. And yes, Pratikji, you're again right, that are created and enforceable by governmental institutions. That are created and enforceable by governmental institutions to regulate behavior. To regulate citizen behavior, or you can say to regulate behavior. So I repeat, law is a set of rules that are created and enforceable by social or governmental institutions to regulate the behavior. Okay. So अब law भन्ने बित्तिकै okay, I repeat again है त प्रतीकजी आज पछाडी बस्नु I was searching for you very प्रतीकजी प्रतीक too. So law is a set of rules that are created, okay, that are created and enforced by social or governmental institutions to regulate behavior. So तपाईहरुले भन्नुभएको कुराहरु यसमा आएको छ, that means it is a set of rules हैन, त्यसले code of conduct हाम्रो conduct or behavior लाई regulate गर्छ. This is the same thing. And as I already stated, law is the valid instrument to govern the society. It is a valid instrument. अब law भन्ने बित्तिकै it's a valid instrument to govern the society भनेर भन्यो हैन. अब एउटा एकदमै critical instance तपाईहरुलाई दिन्छु हैन. You think about it and say whether this is law or not, है. अब for example, Vanillu, भोलिपल्ट if the government make a law saying that केटाहरुको चाहिँ जसको लामो कपाल छ त्यो लामो कपाल हुने केटाहरुलाई चाहिँ ग्यास च्याम्बरमा राख्दिने भनेर if the government makes the law, then Ramji is in trouble, obviously, no? So what do you think, ladies and gentlemen, is this a law? It is a law, is the valid instrument to govern the society. That means government is making the law saying that जसको जेन्टलमेनहरुको लामो कपाल छ उहाँहरुलाई चाहिँ ग्यास च्याम्बरमा लगाएर राख्ने दिस a law. So from now onwards it's a law. For example, अहिले बालिनले पनि महानगरपालिकामा सुर्ती जन्य पदार्थहरु बेच्न प्रोहिबिट गरेछ. So this is a law or not? Okay, because is this regulating the citizens' behavior or not? Which of that comes along with the punishment or not? So there are different framework. अब यो दुईटा example, एउटा बालिनले चाहिँ सुर्ती जन्य पदार्थहरु प्रोहिबिसन गरेको, is it a law or not? र अर्को चाहिँ गभर्नमेन्टले भोलिपल्ट मानिली एउटा law बनायो, that is जसको चाहिँ लामो कपाल छ, जसको तेरे नाम स्टाइलको कपाल छ, उनीहरुलाई चाहिँ ग्यास च्याम्बरमा लगेर राख्दिने. So whether this is going to be a law or not, as you already stated, law भन्ने बित्तिकै it is the like government made rules and regulations, हैन. Certain authority पाएकै parliamentले नै त्यो law बनायो, for example, मानिलिउँ, हैन. And it sets the certain conducts as well, it regulates behavior as well. So now tell me, is this a law or not? यसमा law मा हुनुपर्ने कुन चाहिँ एउटा कुरा चाहिँ त्यहाँ पुगेको छैन. So that is how you define the law in another sense. Very good, that's good. Like human rights को violation, there is no protection of human rights, हैन. So law भन्ने बित्तिकै it's just a code of conduct to regulate the behavior मात्र हो रहेछ त? No, there are many more implications. So we always define law. अब लेख्नुस् त? Yes. अब हामी यसलाई लेख्दै जाउँ हैन. Law is a science. Law is a science and the art of justice. So अघिको कुरामा like justiciable छ त्यो provision, like लामो कपाल लामजी, you won't be. So that is why law भन्ने बित्तिकै it is a science. So science should always be, science भन्ने बित्तिकै के हो? Science भन्ने बित्तिकै it always come up with the facts, हैन? Logic, reasoning. अब लामो केटाहरुको लामो कपाल पाल्ने बित्तिकै boycotting from the society अथवा exiling from Nepal भन्न पाइन्छ? There is no rational, हैन? Ramji might get his hair long to prevent himself from the cold weather. That might be the rationale of keeping the long hair, right? But having said this, can government make this kind of law? No. So that is a law, it is not the ultimate command of the sovereign, right? So it must be what one, it must be the mechanism to promote the art of justice. So that is why law is not only code of conduct, not only rules and regulation, not only that regulate the behavior of the citizen, but it is the science. So science means every lawsuit comes along with the logic, the reasonings, and the major important facts hereby. So that is why it is the art of justice. Okay. So law I art of justice and science like highlight why this is this. And now you're going to define so many scholarly definition given by the many scholars. So please check your simple definition. Discuss yes, Razi.
Law is a standardized form of slavery.
Standardized form of slavery. Okay, standardized. How come? Like, that's a command.
They are not controlling directly by showing their face, but they are controlling
exactly
indirectly someone or through something.
Yeah, but we cannot use the term slavery here because slavery
but it looks like
no, but law is for law all perspective. Law is for ultimately the goal is social control. And if we are not controlled, if you are not levelized by the law, then definitely tomorrow, Razi, if you do not like somebody, you will kill him or her. And you will say, what? I don't like this person. I don't want to be the slave of the law. So I do what my brain thinks it's right thing to do. But having said this, you should keep in mind, we cannot say like the law is the standardized form of slavery. Okay, so need to think about it.
Law is also made by the methods, not the legal. Democracy is the maximum of the law, I mean, some-
Majority, but we believe in majority. We not say like एकजनाले भनेको okay, this is a law भनेर भन्दैनौँ हैन. So slavery भनिहाल्नु नमिल्ला कि है. Yes. हैन? Razi, but also I need to think of it. Okay, I'll write it because I really find it more interesting हैन Rajiको answer. So definitely I'll keep it as a note. So this is what you said?
Standardized.
Okay, standardized. Never heard about this form of slavery. Anyways, I'll think of it and let you know. Okay. Anyways, he always comes up with any new dimensions. Yes. So, anyways, the law it's for the social control and social control for the good purpose. Okay?
Betterment.
Not for betterment, not for the exploitation. Okay. So त्यही भएर अब यसो स्लेभरीको के components छ त्यसलाई हेरेर then we gonna check it. Okay. Razi? Okay. Anyways, that's great. अब see, law अब मैले कुन points भने तपाईहरुलाई, it is the valid instrument to govern the society, हैन? So society govern गर्नको लागि it is a valid instrument. Second thing, what you discuss?
Law is set up by social and governmental.
Yes, regular behavior. And third one, important one. Yes, science and art of justice. Right? So this is the important definition of law that we generate the idea what law is. Okay, Aniketji? Yeah. So now let us go with one by one definition given by different scholars. अब एउटा question है, जस्तै अब scholars-हरुको पनि perceptions of the law, it's quite different. कसैले के भन्छ, कसैले के भन्छ, कसैले के भन्छ, it's quite different, हैन? अब एउटा एकदम easy example लियो हैन, easy example मा जस्तै law is for betterment of majority, हैन? Majority को needs, interest हरु हेरेर हामीले law बनाउँछौं, हैन? Okay, so let's think about one situation. एउटा situation छ, त्यो situation मा just imagine you are driving a car, हैन? You are driving a car and then what you see भन्दाखेरि तपाईले ठ्याक्क ड्राइभ गर्दै हुनुहुन्थ्यो अनि ठ्याक्कै तपाईको ब्रेक फेल भयो. Okay, imagine that. अब तपाईको गाडी तपाईले सिधा लानु भयो भने there are like 4 people out there. बाटोको अगाडि 4 जना पिपलहरु छ. अब if you go straight you gonna kill कति जना people? 4 people. अब पछि तपाईको यतापटि तपाई जानु भयो लेफ्ट ह्यान्ड साइडमा तपाईले यस्तो ड्र्याग गरि जानु भयो त्यो राइट साइडमा चाहिँ के छ भन्दाखेरि there are 4 animals. Okay, 4 animals. अनि तपाई लेफ्ट साइडमा जानु भयो भने सिचुएसन हेर्नुस् अनि लेफ्ट साइडमा जानु भयो भने चाहिँ there are 2 people मात्रै. Okay, दुईटा people मात्रै छ. Now मिथिलेशजी, if you are there, you are driving a car, तपाईले 4 जना मान्छेलाई मार्नु हुन्थ्यो अथवा 2 जना मान्छेलाई मार्नु हुन्थ्यो अथवा 4 जना एनिमललाई मार्नु हुन्थ्यो. Now tell me.
Before thinking that, first of all, I should think to save all of them.
How to save all of them? Break fails. You are also like think of the situation.
It does not matter, man. Because life is life. Life is important for all.
Life is important. So whom you gonna save? त्यही भएर एकदम इन्ट्रेस्टिङ क्वेशन ल बुझ्नको लागि यो पर्टिकुलर पर्सपेक्टिभ बुझ्नै पर्छ किनभने हामी सोसाइटीमा भइसकेपछि इफ पार्लियामेन्ट इज गोइङ टु फ्रेम द ल हैन त्यो पार्लियामेन्टेरियन्सहरुले चाहिँ के हेर्ने त मेजोरिटी गुड्स हेर्ने कि अथवा फर एक्जाम्पल मानिली त्यो 4 जना पिपलमा पनि 80 वर्षको मान्छेहरु बुढाहरु मात्रै छ ओके अब त्यो 2 जनामा भर्खर यथ छ भनेपछि दे हैव सो लङ वे टु लिभ लेट्स से द सिचुएसन ओके अब यताबाट एनिमलमा पनि हामीसँग नेशनल एनिमल राष्ट्रियताले तपाईले रोक्छ गाई छ त्यहाँ 4 वटा गाई सो नाउ टेल मी सो ल बनाउन सजिलो छैन एन्ड ल इज नट दैट इजी दैट वी आर थिंकिङ अफ है सो टेल मी ओके मिथिलेशले अलिअलि हिन्ट दिइसक्नु भएको छ मेजोरिटी भनेर सो एनीवेज think of the situation and this is the important situation to understand law itself. It's very interesting. Okay, law okay, the 80 years go old person people also, so they have lived their life so well. So I'm gonna hit that person. No, Mithilesh ji?
No, ma'am.
Why no?
Because our president is also so.
So you mean there's a president? And how come we imagine a president in nowhere standing in between the streets? How can we imagine that? No, so okay, think of it, and then we're gonna come up with any scholarly definition. Okay, now I'm gonna ask. किसको पूछूं? Ramji. Ramji, okay, if you're just a situation, keep on drive to the practical situation boy. You are driving a car, you need to save someone. Okay, come on. Whom will you save? You will save the animals and the two people. You will save the old elderly people and the two people. You will save the whom will you save?
Young people.
You will save the young people.
No, old people.
Why Razi, old people?
Because age लाई हामी determine गर्दैनौँ कि life दिइसकेको छ उसले.
But what about the impact the youths are going to make? We are killing them. That means they are not going to further contribute in the society. Law and importance of law. So think of it, okay? The last now we the last one we think of the answer, okay? And then I'm gonna ask you, okay? So this is a very important thing. Question ko like Dhirendra ji. Yes, Razi. Online participant, please write the answer in the chat box. You can search it. So I have asked this question from the Bentham theory, okay? Online participants will think of it. There are two group of people, okay? One group of animals. No, what are you saying? One group of animals, group of people, 4 people, 2 people. I know, quite interesting. So, Tinta group boy. Will you go straight? You are killing that cow. It's a national animal. Okay, now change of the situation. So animal to Satyama, we are keeping the two two disabled, different able people. Anyways, think of it. You have almost an hour to think of it, okay? So I'm gonna ask last ma. So ekdam dhyan dera sunnu hola. Last ma yo answer ma dinchu. So Dhirendra ji has to answer, right, at the last. Then at the last, Prem ji Luke pani you have to answer. I'm seeing you. And this was the third Ramji. Okay, so and fourth Pratik ji. Now let's write the definition, scholarly definition of law. Atul ji lai ma sodhina. I want to ask him. Raji lai ma sodhina. Raji will backfire me with his question. Raji, may I ask you? Yes or no? No? He's saying no. Okay, John Austin. अब तपाईहरुलाई चाहिँ कसको definition मन पर्छ, okay? John Austin. Ramji, John Austin. So do not take it personal like my corruption on Ramji lai ni bhanira. It's just because Ramji, you know. हैन Sri Ramji as our message. John Austin. Law is the command. John Austin, you have definition भन्ने बित्तिकै please keep in mind this thing, okay? Harizi, I'm gonna definitely ask you, okay? Definitely gonna ask you. So those who naam bhane, I may not ask them, but I may ask you at the last. So John Austin, law is a command. Command, I know agi Rajjile भन्नु भएको छ command भन्ने बित्तिकै it might be the command backed by a sanction. Backed by a sanction. Sanction bhaneko, if you do not follow the command, then you are going to get punished. Okay. So law is a command backed by a sanction from a sovereign. From a sovereign. So this is a very, have you heard about the different schools of law? Legal school or it's a natural school, positive school, analytical school, sociological school, realist school. Have you heard about it? Yes. So PA Pornier, this is Ramji, Santoshi, and Orkugotio. So they might know about it, right? So we law schools of thoughts. So you do not have to go deep in reading all those schools, right? Austin चाहिँ कुन स्कुलमा बिलोङ गर्छ?
That's what I.
No, he's from the positive school. Okay. So Austin, अब सम्झिहाल्नुहोस्. Okay. Ask you to see. Keep in mind. I'll give you 10 seconds. Austin को definition एकदमै सजिलो छ र यो Austin को definition on law चाहिँ is very popular because it is also known as a gunman theory. Gunman theory means gun यस्तो लगाएर if you follow, follow. If you're not going to follow, I'm gonna shoot you. होइन? So Austin को theory भन्ने त्यो gunman theory. So law पढ्दाखेरि चाहिँ तपाईले तपाईहरुको फर्स्ट इयरमा यो कुराहरु पढ्नुपर्छ. It's quite interesting, हैन? आजको क्लासमा तपाईले त्यो interesting perspectives of law हरु सिक्नुहुन्छ. So Austin के हो? Gunman theory. Gunman theory means I'm pointing a gun at you. If you do not follow, I'm going to shoot you. So you have to follow anyhow the command given by a sovereign, you know?
Like Hitler.
Like Hitler.
Can we say that? Mussolini.
Mussolini power. Anyway, so Austin ko definition is the law भनेको so Austin ले define गरेको कुरा हो. We may agree, we may not agree, हैन? अब अहिले as to mention अलिकति democratic society मा सोभरेनले यो भन यो गर यो नगर भन्ने हुँदैन. त्यसमा हामी सबैजनाको रोल हुन्छ. As I say law बनाउँदाखेरि there is a public opinion is also taken, public polls are taken, everything are more transparent and visible before making it the law. तर अस्टिनले चाहिँ के भन्छ भन्दाखेरि law is a command backed by a sanction अनि के कोले बनाएको sovereignly भन्छ. So think of like answer लेख्नुको लागि like अस्टिनले चाहिँ law लाई यसरी define गरेको छ भनेर you define it, right? Scholarly definition given by Austin. र Austin को perspective मा we may argue, we may not argue. किनभने हामीले तपाईहरुले law पढ्नु भएको भए चाहिँ you have to choose a school के which school you belong. For example, you belong to national school, positive school, sociological school or realist school के you can choose it. So यो Austin को definitions is more positive school, हैन? So उले चाहिँ के भन्छ भन्दाखेरि law is a command backed by a sanction अनि कहाँबाट आउँछ यो from a sovereign भनेर भन्छ. It's very easy. 5 seconds is gone. I think you quite define it. Okay. Sandeep ji, Bhumi ji, I'm still waiting for the answer, right? So please send me in the chat box. So now let's write another definition that is given by H.L.A. Hart. Hart को spelling के लेख्नुहुन्छ? लेख्नुहोस् त, then I'll say. H.L.A. Hart. H.L.A. Hart. Yes, very good. So many of you ke lekhnu bhayo Hart ko spelling? Good, very good. So H full stop L full stop A full stop Hart. H-A-R-T. H-L-A Hart. So now I'll give you 5 seconds to remember this name. Very important name to do. Like he has defined law in a very good perspective. You may like it. And he is from the sociological school of thought. So H.L.A. Hart, लेख्नुहोस् त के भन्छ? H.L.A. Hartले सम्झिनको लागि चाहिँ law को definition आयो, law को question आयो, law and write down the importance of law भनेर law को question आयो भने चाहिँ सबभन्दा सजिलो Hart हैन, Hart सम्झिने and then H.L.A. Hart भनेर सम्झिने. Okay. So Hart says that law is a system of rules. Law is a system of rules. Law is a system of rules. Law is a system of rules comprising of law is a system of rules comprising of primary rules of conduct, comprising of primary rules of conduct, comprising of primary rules of conduct and secondary ones. And secondary ones. Okay, so H.L.A. Hartley एकदमै सजिलोसँग दुईटा पर्सपेक्टिभ दिएको छ. That means law ले दुईटा rules नै हो, त्यसमा पनि दुईटा rules हुन्छ. That is primary rules र secondary rules भनेर भन्छ. Okay, so now I'll give you 10 seconds to memorize this person definition as well. It's very easy. हैन, Austin को gunman theory सम्झिने, H.L.A. Hart को there are two rules out there that those are primary rules and the secondary rules. Okay, र त्यसपछि हामीहरु जान्छौं Ronald Dworkin को definition मा. त्यसपछि हामी राज जी को definition जान्छौं है. So please make sure that you know these two definition by heart because law आयो भने चाहिँ law को एकदमै तपाईहरुको perspective हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ you have to define scholarly definition so far, हैन? So that is why make sure that you know these two definition. Very easy definition. यसमा के पनि छैन. One says gunman theory, another says It's a comprises of the two rules, that is secondary rules and the primary rules. Right? So quite interesting. Now write down Ronald Dworkin. So now write down Ronald Dworkin, R-O-N-A-L-D, Ronald. It's not Ronaldo, it's Ronald. So Ronald Dworkin, D-W-O-R-K-I-N. So I repeat, Ronald, R-O-N-A-L-D, Ronald, D-W-O-R-K-I-N, Dworkin. Ronald Dworkin. Ronald Dworkin. So now please keep in mind, you are not from the legal background, so you might not know this color. Right? It's Austin. Austin. I think it's actually hard. Ronald Dworkin. I know Ronald Dworkin le ke bhन्छ त भन्दाखेरि लेख्नुस् त. Law is an interpretive concept. Interpretive concept. Law is an interpretive concept. Law is an interpretive concept. It is a very realist school like belongers, Ronald Dworkin. So what he says, law is an interpretive concept that requires judges, to find the just solution, that requires judges to find the just solution, to a legal dispute. अब यहाँ पनि फेरि अर्को dimension of law हामी यहाँ पाएको छौँ. यसले चाहिँ के भन्छ भन्दा law is an interpretive concept, which is very true because हामीले मुलुकी ऐनलाई पनि interpret गरेर नयाँ law लिएर आयौँ हैन. So law is an interpretive concept that requires judges to find what? Just solution to a legal dispute. Or last definition दिन्छु, त्यसपछि हामीहरु importance of law मा जान्छौँ. So last definition is of Raz ji ko definition. So that is Joseph Raz. J-O-S-E-P-H, Joseph, and R-A-Z, Raz.
Joseph?
Yes, Joseph Raz.
Raz.
Yes, Raz. R-A-Z, Raz. Joseph Raz. So Raz भन्ने मान्छे सबै philosopher नै हुन्छ कि क्या? Joseph Raz. So law is authority. Law is authority. Okay, law is authority. Identifiable. So this is a very important definition. Identifiable purely through social sources. Identifiable purely through what sources? Social sources and moral reasoning. So this is it. How many scholars are there? RTC? 4 scholars. Okay. So 4 scholars, at least you can choose one of them or 2 of them. Okay. And then what is law? What are the importance of law? Sometimes you might be asked about law is a tool for social reform. Law is a tool for social control. Please justify your statement. Okay. So be aware of that, right? So now I'll give you 20 seconds to think of the definitions, okay? So ultimately, you have definitions early. Ke bhancha bhandakeri law bhanne bittiki euta rule ho jasle community lai bind garcha, haina? To obey that rule, all right? Yes, to give justice. It protects what? Citizen rights, and this is for general safety. Haina? Hami sabai general safety ko लागि nai important. For human, yeah, for human.
In that case, the animal can be killed.
So law is just for, so, yeah, that's great. So तपाईले अब यही कुरा गर्ने हो भने एकचोटी हाम्रो कहाँको हो मेयरजीले चाहिँ कन्टेम्पोरेरी इस्युमा मेयरजीले चाहिँ त्यो स्ट्रिटको डगिजहरूले चाहिँ राति एकदमै नोइज गर्यो भनेर चाहिँ भोलिपल्टै सबैले मारेको थियो. And that mayor was liable for punishment. So do not forget that. Yeah. Exactly. I know. So animal rights. So this society is quite difficult to sustain because you have animal activists, you have bird activists, you have rhino activists, and you have Ramji activists. So there are many activists. Ramji activist is Pratik ji because he's always protecting him. Okay, so law भन्ने बित्तिकै के हो त? It's a valid instrument to govern the society, and these are the scholarly definitions. Okay, like law. Yes, anyways, so these are the things that you must remember. Law. Okay, हेर्नुस् त प्लिज अब अहिले नै किनभने फर्स्ट पेपरलाई ध्यान दिनु छ हैन सो क्लासमा नै यो डेफिनेसन अस्टिन एचली हार्ट राज जोसेफ राज हैन अनि रोनाल्ड डर्किन सबै तपाईहरुले कन्ठस्थै गर्नुभएको हुन्छ सो दैट इज लॉ पर्सपेक्टिभ है या गभर्नमेन्ट को लाइक हाम्रो सेफ्टीको लागि नै लॉ बनिरा हुन्छ हैन सो दैट मीन्स इट प्रोटेक्ट्स आवर सिटिजन राइट्स and so on and so forth. Yeah, so that is what. Shall we go to importance of law? Law के हो बुझ्नु भयो नि law भनेको simply law भन्ने बित्तिकै law rules and conduct सोभरले दिएको कमान्डहरु मात्र law होइन it should be backed up with the moral reasoning as given by Joseph Raz हैन so that is why law को पनि different dimensions to define law and law is ultimately the valid instrument to govern we people govern the country हैन so this is it so now write down the importance of law. How did you think of the answer, eh? Still, and many of them, even Abhishek ji is saying, just for human, that means I will kill animal, but that's not going to be okay. Point one, they answer the point of I summarize good exam with examples. Kasari cha isko importance. So for first example, law is a machinery for social reform. Isko to kati the examples of we aboli sati pratha, kamalari pratha, you know, there's so many examples. Das pratha. Slavery, you know, abolition of slavery. That's the work of first action. Law is law is a machinery. Law is a machinery. Okay, law is a machinery for social reform. Yes, Momiji, you might come up with the answer. Very good, Susanji. Law is a guideline for nation to protect fundamental rights and make people feel safe. Very good. That's all about people safety, general safety, protection of fundamental rights, and the guideline for the nation. Very good, Susanji. So now please come up with the answer that I have given you a question. Okay. So law is a machinery for social reform, social change, and social control. And social control. So it's going to like there are any examples, law ko importance ma. Law is a machinery for social reform, social change, and social control. Arko point leknus. Law as a machinery for protection of yes, protection of human rights. Protection of weak, schedulized, and marginalized community. Okay, weak, schedulized, and marginalized community. So, examples are here's why this is important. Law as a machinery for protection of weak, schedulized, and marginalized community. Okay, so next one, law as a machinery for maintenance of good governance and peace. Maintenance of good governance and peace. Machinery for good governance and peace. Law as a machinery for good conduct. Law as a machinery for good conduct. Very good, Bhumiji. Law as a machinery for social justice. Law as a machinery for social justice. Very good, Bhumiji. I'm always impressed by you and keep on writing other more answers, okay? Yes. Ab arko lekhnus. Law as a machinery for better developmental projects. Better developmental projects. So Bhumiji come along with other prospects as well. And that's quite impressive. Law as a tool for God bless you, for better planning and prospects. Yes, come along. Yes, very good. That's good. Okay, I'm gonna cite this as well. Okay, Sandipji, very impressive. So my online participant, they are helping me out to frame out the points for importance of
Better
it.
planning and
Prospects. Okay, Sandipji ko point lekho अब हामी. Law as a tool for maintenance. Very good. I'm very impressed. That's why I'm citing your points. Okay, Bhumiji and Sandipji. Law as a tool for maintenance of interrelationship between state and people. Interrelationship between state and people. Interrelationship between state and people. And state. Any other Bhumiji and like online participants? Bishnuji, Kanaiji. I haven't received any points from you all. Yes. Okay, Bhumiji and Sandipji, very impressive. Okay.
yes, ma'am.
So how many points are there?
So,
8 वटा भयो अब 2टा लेखौँ है त अब सोचौँ के हुन सक्छ अर्को law as a tool for social engineering. Come on, it's a very good term. 9 वटा भयो अब law as a tool or mechanism, machinery for social engineering किनभने it builds up the society हैन likewise social engineering. So any other? Yeah, okay. So अघि तपाईले भन्नु भएको जस्तै law as very good Bhumiji again. Law as a tool for regulating rights, liberties, and obligation of people. Do you have water? No. Anybody has strepsils? No, okay, anyways. So think of the points that I have cited you. Now what about for crime control? Yes.
Law is a tool to maintain peace and security.
Peace भनिसके जस्तो लाग्छ peace आइसके जस्तो लाग्छ yes good governance and peace अर्को good governance and peace भनेर भनेको छ के त्यहाँ आइसक्यो social justice नै आउँछ त्यो environment पनि
Legal wills of people.
Huh?
Legal wills of people. To maintain legal wills of people.
legal will of people. Yeah, that's also cool. अझै coming forward एउटा point जस्तै online participant 3टा point दिनु भयो मलाई. So physical participant एउटा last 10 पुगेको छैन. Crime control बाहेक.
To control excessive power and authority.
Limit the power. Law for limiting the power.
Regulation one.
Yeah, okay, that's also cool. You can write it. Okay, so number 10 point say Sandipji, how can you define like law eradicate the feeling of high and low? What does this mean? Feeling of high and low. That means it makes the people equal. Oh, Sandipji. Anyways, Santosiko point when add on something very good. That means law as a tool to limit the power. I know abusive power. Yes. Adityaji.
Yeah, his point.
Social injustice. Good. So that also comes along with the social reform. I know. So I'm first go. So now we have discussed the definition and the important point for the importance of law. So can somebody tell me what is the important principle of law? Think of it. This is our 9th class. I know 9th class, ladies and gentlemen, you might have generated the idea of creating the principle yourself. I know unfortunately 2nd class, anyways, 3rd class. I know. So rest Barsaji along with principle.
The motive of the law is to give justice, so I think principle of justice.
Good, impressive. Yeah, principle of justice, very true.
Law as a fundamental law of the country.
Yes, law as the fundamental law of the country.
Explained by Supreme Court. Other court can't do this activity.
Good, as a form of precedent, no? Yeah, that's also cool.
Law is made
So,
by
yeah.
third parliament, 2/3 majority of parliament.
Yes, majority. It has to pass. Good, Pratik.
Can't figure it.
Good, that's cool. So now, Pratikji, having this 3 statement in your mind, can you now tell me the principle, actual principle As Abhishek stated, principle of justice. Yes, law relates with the principle of justice. With human rights, the principle of the principle of equality, principle of non-discrimination. Yes, Pratikji, from you.
And rulers should not misuse the power of law.
Wow, that's cool. Rule of law perspective. Supremacy of law again. Okay, rule of law. Okay, next.
Principle of justice.
Satrudhanji. Now, Ramji, see, Satrudhanji has answered. Now it's your turn. Tell me the principle. Come on. Phone a friend? Phone a friend ki majority poll. Let's choose. You want to phone your friend? Anyways, so write it down as Abhishek and Pratikji and Satrudhanji. Very good. These are the three important principles that we can mention. You know? त्यो सँगसँगै लमा अब अरु हामीले इन्क्लुड नगरेको इम्पोर्टेन्ट प्रिन्सिपल भनेको चाहिँ नो हार्म प्रिन्सिपल. नो हार्म प्रिन्सिपल. NOHARM. नो हार्म प्रिन्सिपल. नो हार्म प्रिन्सिपल के भन्छ थाहा छ? यो कस्तो हेर्दाखेरि सिम्पल देखिन्छ, बट इट हेज कभर्ड अप द इम्पोर्टेन्ट डाइमेन्सन अफ ल. फर इक्जाम्पल, हामी बाटोमा हिँड्दैछौँ, वी हेभ द लिबर्टी टु वक. छाता बोकेर मान्छेलाई हिर्काउँदै पाइन्छ? पाइँदैन. So law, no harm principle. Your internet connection is unstable. Anyways, legal certainty, that's cool. Kanaizi, now you come up with a new approach. Anyways, so law ko principle is important. No harm principle. That means we are not. Yes, exactly. I know. How can you suppose that we can harm a cow? Law said, law ko main important, but no. You have a key option. जुन प्रश्न भन्नुभएको थियो त्यो तिनैजनाले ह्याम्पर नगरिकन मैले कसरी त्यो सिचुएसन लान्छु नि. If the backward पनि त कारलाई backward पनि लान सक्ला नि त. Can't we do that? Anyways, so logical reasoning again. So think of it. The question is still on. I'm just kidding. I'm just making Mithileji confused with his own ideas. के गर्ने मिल्छ? There is no turnout. There is no turnover, round over. Ashutosh, think of it. Yes. So the question is still on. So now I'll give you 20 seconds to think of the important points. Think of it. Right? अरु के एड गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ? ल एज अ सोशल त्यो क्लासमा नै अब माइन्डमा राखिहाल्नु. हजुर, भाइलेसन हुँदा punishment हुन्छ हैन. So breach of law always come up with punishment as given by the Austin definition, that is come up with the sanction, हैन. So that's good. ल 5 सेकेन्ड छ. 5 सेकेन्डमा यो सबै 10 वटा पोइन्टहरु माइन्डमा राखिहाल्नुस्. Then we gonna like discuss it one by one. Yes, Momiji, very good. Susanji, yes, going good. Okay, Susanji, like question repeat garnu paryo हैन. So Razi, can you please come forward? And can you repeat the question for the online participants? Mithila, come and please repeat the question. Okay, Susanji, repeating it, yeah. Razi, how come that comes like yeah. Always rest, please look at the points. It's a very important point.
एउटा सिचुएसन छ हैन, अनि त्यसमा चाहिँ एउटा रोड छ, अनि रोडको जस्ट फरवर्डमा चाहिँ तीन मतलब 4 जना एज करिब 80 भएको मान्छेहरु बसेको छ. अनि लेफ्टमा चाहिँ के भन्छ एनिमलहरुको ग्रुप छ, अनि राइटमा चाहिँ के भन्छ यङहरुको ग्रुप छ. र हाम्रो गाडीको चाहिँ ब्रेक चाहिँ कसलाई बचाउने? यो क्वेशन रहेको छ.
Yeah, this is good. This is the question. So Susanji? Yes. Nice. Get two this. Even environmentalists are also there. No? ओके छ भनेर मानौ हैन छैन छैन think of it. So it's quite interesting question. So यो question चाहिँ हामीलाई हाम्रो law professionally law पढ्दाको first day मा सोधेको question हो. So I am imagining it's your first day of the law class. Huh? Fail छ. Break fail नहोको त I could have done. Handbrake सबै fail छ. You have
One thing is sure that we can't think only for the side of people only.
you are moving.
I have one answer back.
त्यही त आफू बस्नु पनि पहिला हैन सेल्फ अब त्यो म्याथमेटिकल क्याल्कुलेसन Okay, maybe let's see.
You are talking about tenacity, no?
Yeah.
And I think we should turn left.
Why left?
Because there is only the life of two person. And you.
But they are the young youngs.
Doesn't matter your math.
Why doesn't matter? Or life matter? Think of it. Also, sir, time. You have 20 minutes to go, so please think of it. So now, think of it. Think of it. It's a very interesting question. Okay, ल त्यो गाईसँग गाईलाई चराउँदै there are two people also. 4 animals, 2 on. Running एकदम high speed मा छ.
Run. No,
Anyways, I can't. You turning and going back. There's no option. Please, पछाडि पनि It's not, we are not like visualizing a movie, है त्यो मुभीमा त उडाउँछ गाडी म गाडी उडाउँछु भन्नु भन्नु यो आइडिया किन आएन मान्छेलाई एक्साइट लाग्यो they can move नि त ल यो पनि एउटा अप्सन भयो now please let's go with the point है so now if examination ma what is law and what are the importance of law सोध्यो भने what is law and what are the importance of law सोध्यो भने can you answer it yes हैन okay so अनि no harm principle अनि अर्को principle of justice social justice अथवा anything you can अब अर्को चाहिँ आफै बनाउने अब यति सम्म तपाईहरुलाई no anarchy principle कसरी हुन्छ no anarchy principle controlling principle of त्यसलाई एउटा standard way मा के भन्न सकिन्छ principle of no anarchy
Principle of limitation.
त्यो हुन सक्यो नि त त्यसरी सोच्ने के principle भनेको अलिकति त्यसलाई adequate देख्ने प्रिन्सिपल हुनु पर्यो के जस्तै एउटा तपाईहरुले क्वेशन सोध्छ नि एकजना अन्ध मान्छे छ एकजना कान सुन्दैन अनि अन्ध मान्छेले फुड मगाउनु पर्यो भने कसरी माइन्ड डाइभर्ट गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ उनीहरुले साइन ल्याङ्ग्वेज गरेर हुन्छ त्यस्तै क्वेशन पनि सोध्न सकिन्छ हुनुहुन्छ तपाईहरुलाई सो थिंक अफ इट हैन सो या सो ल भन्नेबित्तिकै यु शुड नट फोकस अन द स्ट्रेट फर्मेट यु हैव टु लुक अप अन द त्यसको consequences outcomes हैन त्यसको yes all sphere 360 degrees so think of it तपाईहरुलाई तपाईहरुको डेडलाइन यो आन्सर सोच्नको लागि you have deadline by एक हप्ता छ होला एक हप्तामा यो आन्सर पत्ता लगाउनु अब फर्स्टमा यसैको ब्रेकको let's see if you can yes come in yes come in that's cool so now see point number 1 social reform एकदमै सजिलो छ है यो च्याप्टर तपाईहरुले you can write so many answers of it number first के भन्छ law for social change law for social reform law for social control यो कसरी हुन्छ how is it possible can you give some of the examples for it this is our 9th class so come on social reform कसरी हुन्छ slavery system अर्को discrimination हटाउने so for example yes अनि त्यो पढाएको racial discrimination पनि हटाएको हैन अर्को next
promoting boys to the private school and girls to the government school. छोराहरूलाई चाहिँ बोर्डिङमा पढाउँछ अनि के भन्छ छोरीहरूलाई चाहिँ त्यति सरकारीमा बराबर पढाउँदैन त्यही सरकारी छ
So equal education policy को लागि हामी वर्क गरिरहेछौँ हैन
जेन्डर डिस्क्रिमिनेसन पनि गर्नु हैन छोरालाई पढाउँछ छोरीलाई
ल यहाँ अनलाइनबाट आइसक्यो है अनलाइनबाट यस ल विष्णुजीको आन्सर सुनौँ विष्णुजीले चाहिँ यो सिचुएसनको हैन राम्रो आन्सर दिनु भएको छ on that condition we should move towards where are the animals and put the horn loudly so animal move from there and we can go safely. Do you agree with this? मैले आन्सर भन्दिनँ so it's up to you. It's a law class. So you think of it. You are अब पछि गएर you guys are going to make the law. So यस्तो सिचुएसन आउन सक्छ कि लमा कस्तो ल बनाउने हैन फर एक्जाम्पल अहिले थर्ड जेन्डर इश्यूज आइरहेछ या यस अनिकेतजी र रेशमजीलाई सोध्यौँ है त रेशमजी लेट आउनु भएको छ सो हेर्नुहोस् ल र इम्पोर्टेन्स अफ ल पोइन्ट्सहरू चाहिँ सबै आउनुपर्छ लको त्यो पोइन्ट्सहरू एभ्रिथिङ रेशमजी लाइक देयर इज अ सिचुएसन हैन तपाईँ यु आर ड्राइभिङ अ कार अनि while you are driving a car what you found out is तपाईको ब्रेक फेल भयो हैन अनि on the way out अगाडि तपाईको सिधा के छ भन्दाखेरि there are two people कति वर्षको yes 4 जना 80 above people छ ओके तपाईको राइट साइडमा 2 जना मान्छे छ they are very young हैन young people are there two young people अनि तपाईको राइट साइडमा को छ भन्दाखेरि there are 4 cows so now your task is whom do you save and why?
Young people.
Why?
Because they are the future of nation.
They are the future of the nation. So we need to think sustainable development perspective. That's cool. Anyways, the answer is not here yet. I know. So I'll definitely tell you after the end of the session.
Guides and
And you are saying that
Bentham theory.
we have one wish to have this.
Yeah, त्यही भएर त यो रिसर्च किन लको यो जुन ल एन्ड इम्पोर्टेन्स अफ ल तपाईँले हेर्दाखेरि एकदम इजी लागिरहेछ बट यो पर्टिकुलर टपिक तपाईँले आफै हेर्नुभयो भने देयर आर डिफरेन्ट यु नो लाइक स्कुल्स देयर आर डिफरेन्ट प्रस्पेक्ट्स टु ल एन्ड इम्पोर्टेन्स अफ ल त्यही भएर यो कुराहरू तपाईँले बुझ्नै पर्छ इम्पोर्टेन्स अफ ल आयो भने पनि अब तपाईँहरूले के गर्नुपर्छ भन्दा यु निड टु मेक स्योर द्याट यु नो एभ्री dimension of law you know the every tools and mechanism for it जस्तै general safety को लागि law हुन्छ crime control को लागि law हुन्छ हैन social change social control social reform not only that for protecting the citizen हैन not only that अर्को के भने मैले like good governance peace हैन peace को लागि त्यो हुन्छ र important principle भनेको no harm principle is there okay so अर्को कुरा भनेको weaker र margin अब हामी डिस्कस गर्दै जाउँ एक्जाम्पल बिकज यस्तो क्वेशन आयो भने चाहिँ ठ्याक्क पोइन्ट लेख्ने एन्ड यु सम अप विथ द एक्जाम्पल र ह्यान्ड्स आउटमा चाहिँ त्यसको तपाईँहरूको सबै डिटेल्समै छ है त प्लिज गो थ्रु द ह्यान्ड्स आउट ल मलाई भन्नुहोस् न नाउ आइम गोना आस्क ओके सो राजजी how can you say that law is a machinery for protection of weak schedulized and minority community लले कसरी माइनोरिटी पोर विक र स्केड्युलाइज्ड कम्युनिटीलाई प्रोटेक्ट गर्छ नो यु मस्ट ह्याभ एन आइडिया बिकज वी हेभ रेड इन्क्लुसिभनेस कति दिन अगाडि सिभिल सर्भिस एक्ट भनेको इट्स अ ल हैन इट्स अ ल त्यो लको तपाईले सेक्सन कतिमा भन्दाखेरि there is a provision for reservation and quota system कति 33% for कतिको तपाई रिवाइज गर्नु थाहा हुँदैन त यसमा त सबै पहिला पढेकै एक्जाम्पल्सहरु फिमेललाई कति and then what about the disabled group 4% marginalized group 9% Madhesis Dalit yes अब एक्जाम्पलमा यही एक्जाम्पलहरु लेख्ने कि कसरी यसले स्केड्युलाइज्ड वीक अनि मार्जिनलाइज्ड सोसाइटीलाई हेल्प गर्छ प्रमोट गर्छ कसरी राजी नाउ यु हैव टु थिंक अफ इट हामीले सबै पढिसकेका छौं यहाँ भएको हैन र अर्को भन्नुस् अर्को यो बाहेक रिजर्भेसन कोटा सिस्टम बाहेक अरु कसरी प्रोटेक्ट गर्छ
There are different organizations
exactly हैन सो ल बनाएर नै हैन फर एक्जाम्पल या अर्को institutions are there अर्को मेन थिङ भनेको त्यो इन्स्टिट्युसन बनाउनको लागि पनि ल चाहिन्छ ल फ्रेम फर्मुलेट दोज इन्स्टिट्युसन एन्ड दे आर वर्किङ अन देयर बिहाफ फर इक्जाम्पल वुमेन कमिसन अर्को think of you need to think of the examples र यति दुईटा तपाईले लेख्नु भयो ओके हजुर exactly हैन and they are given more space in political arena as well so you can give so many examples now tell me जस्तै मैले इन्डिया को एक्जाम्पल मैले तपाईलाई इन्डिया को एक्जाम्पल दिएको छु go through it है अब अर्को कुरा मलाई भन्नुस् like law as a tool for good governance and peace in the country now give me the example we have read good governance and the corruption. Two chapter like link bhaera now frame the example saying that law is a machinery for maintaining good governance and peace in the country. Very good. Yeah. There is a good governance maintain कसरी गर्छ because law ले जहिले पनि transparency लाई adhere गर्छ adherence of transparency having said this corruption control mechanisms aiding for good governance हैन अर्को social security good that's come under law as a tool for very good people लिख्नु होला social justice and social security very good प्रतीक जी नयाँ point आयो now tell me you particular point मा चाहिँ कसरी good governance and peace okay Atul ji good governance and peace कसरी create गर्छ law ले law how does it maintain good governance in the country and maintain peace law ले कसरी peace maintain गर्छ how come peace is linked with law exactly हैन अनि next thing example दिएर भन्न सक्नुहुन्छ जस्तै यो लले चाहिँ
they are afraid of that punishment in this I think it can
yes हैन सो त्यसले चाहिँ पीस लाई मेन्टेन गरिराको हुन्छ हैन अब यो बालिनको जुन अहिलेको एउटा ल उले लिएर आयो नि हैन महानगरले that is prohibition of smoking and सुर्तीजन्य पदार्थ in public places whether यो कहाँनिर पर्छ ल एज अ मसिनरी फर कहाँनिर पर्छ यो पीसमा पर्छ कि केमा पर्छ भन्दाखेरि ल फर द गुड कन्डक्ट सो गुड कन्डक्ट लेखेर आउने गुड कन्डक्टमा यु मेन्सन दिस न्यू ल है त्यो लेखिहाल्ने कन्टेम्पोरेरी इस्यु भनेर मैले तपाईँहरूलाई एउटा टिपाइदिएछु ल एज अ मसिनरी फर गुड कन्डक्ट सो यसले जहिले पनि मान्छेहरूको ब्याड कन्डक्टलाई चाहिँ जहिले पनि प्रोहिबिट गर्न खोज्छ एलिमिनेटिङ द ब्याड कन्डक्ट एन्ड प्रमोटिङ द गुड कन्डक्ट यस रेशमजी ढिलो भयो भने तपाईँले टिपिराख्नु भएको छ यु आर क्याचिङ इट द्याट्स गुड अब मलाई एक्जाम्पल दिनुहोस् ल एज अ मसिनरी फर बेटर डेभलपमेन्टल प्रोजेक्ट्स ल यसको एक्जाम्पल दिनुहोस् अलिकति अब स्ट्यान्डर्डाइज फर्म आउनु पर्यो नट ओन्ली ल फर पिस किपिङ यति यति मात्र होइन अलिकति स्ट्यान्डर्ड फर लाइक पनि आउँछ बेटर डेभलपमेन्टल प्रोजेक्ट्स कसरी क्यान यु गिभ मी वान इम्पोर्टेन्ट डेभलपमेन्टल प्रोजेक्ट द्याट्स गोइङ अन गुड द्याट्स वाट आई वान्ट हियर सो द्याट इज मेलम्ची वाटर प्रोजेक्ट अर्को कुलेखानी अर्को धेरै छ अर्को फास्ट ट्र्याक होइन अनि अर्को भन्नुहोस् त यस अब त्यो योजनाहरू कुन चाहिँ ल पहिला कुन चाहिँ त्यो बनेर अनि त्यो योजनाहरू आएको छ थिङ्क अफ इट एन्ड राइट इट ल एज दिस फर द डेभलपमेन्टल प्रोजेक्ट सो बी भेरी स्ट्यान्डर्डाइज अब जस्तै हेर्नुहोस् त ल एन्ड इम्पोर्टेन्स अफ ल हेर्दाखेरि यो त गफ दिने टपिक हो जस्तो लाग्छ बट दिस इज नट a gaf dine topic you have to write so many datas you need to write so many examples right and you need to come up with the facts as Mithileji always come up and surprise me with the different facts and figures and SDI so on and so forth and I'm really impressed with that right you can also add like sustainable development goals yeah kasari law for poverty alleviation हैन now tell me law for better planning and prospect यसको मलाई भन्नुस् यो कसरी चाहिँ भन्न खोज्यो ल एज अ मसिनरी फर बेटर प्लानिङ एन्ड प्रोस्पेक्ट yes good so now tell me first पेपरको लागि इम्पोर्टेन्ट छ नेपालमा अहिलेसम्म कतिवटा प्लानहरू बनाएको छ यो त ओके सो त्यो सबै प्लानहरूको तपाईँ फर्स्ट प्लान कहिले आएको थियो यो मान्छेले चाहिँ फर्स्ट पेपर एकदम प्रिपेयर गरिरहेको छ सो प्लिज यो राज मान्छे भन्नेलाई समात्ने एन्ड प्लिज कम अप विथ द न्यू फर्स्ट पेपरको लागि त्यो डेटाजहरू किनभने लेख्ने प्लान्सहरू पनि नेपालमा अहिलेसम्म कुन प्लान भयो कुन प्लान कहिले आएको हो र त्यो प्लानको मेन मोटिभ्स एन्ड मोटिभ्सहरू के थियो अब्जेक्टिभ्स के थियो जस्तै फर इक्जाम्पल 6 प्लान इज सोली फर वुमेन एम्पावरमेन्ट ओके सो त्यही भएर त्यो पर्टिकुलर कुराहरूलाई चाहिँ अब फर्स्ट पेपर पनि सँगसँगै लाने अब आज हामीले यो ल एन्ड इम्पोर्टेन्स अफ ल पढ्यौँ द्याट मिन्स You have to read whole plans of it, right? Plans and planning. But now tell me, law for very good, Susanji. Yeah. So Susanji come up with the important thing that is slum management. Slum management. I know slum management. The बारेले के गरेको थियो एकचोटि स्लम एरिया त्यो सबैलाई त्यो सेटलमेन्ट अफ पपुलेसन अब हाम्रो पपुलेसन भन्ने टपिक छ त्यसमा चाहिँ मलाई यो स्लम एरियाको त्यो कन्टेम्पोरेरी इस्युमा राख्नलाई सम्झाउने है पपुलेसन भन्ने टपिक आम गोना गो विथ द्याट हैन सो मेबी अब आइल कम आफ्टर सम डेज हैन त्यसपछि चाहिँ म तपाईहरुलाई पपुलेसन पढाउँदाखेरि चाहिँ प्लिज मेक श्योर दैट आई include the slum perspective, right? So good, Susanji. Yes, त्यो पनि हो. अब अर्को भन्नुस् त मैले इम्पोर्टेन्सको लेखाको अर्को हामी डिस्कस गरौँ because you have to write it. अब यो प्लान्स एन्ड प्रोस्पेक्ट्समा पनि लले कसरी नयाँ नयाँ प्लान्सहरु लिएर आएको छ हैन त्यसले गर्दाखेरि कसरी बेटरमेन्ट अप्रोचमा यो गएको छ. So this is not a गफ हान्ने टपिक again है. It's a humble request, please. यस्तो टपिकमा पनि डेटा, facts, figures, equation हैन examples this is such a suffice with the principle, with the scholarly writings, with the figurative review. For example, law, social engineering, social aims, peace settlement. So now tell me, how does it work as a social engineering? Come on. This is our 9th class. So you will remind Gurdai. Now tell me, social engineering. How does, yes, come in. It is linked with social engineering. So now I'm going to go with Premji. Can you tell me like how law is for social engineering? Social engineering. Kasari society like frame garako cha?
It makes it maintains broader within the society and the actual structure to the society in this way.
Maybe states, federal,
good.
federal government.
Good, Mithileji. Now see, Pratikji. कसरी यसले सोसाइटल फ्रेम गरिरहेछ भन्दाखेरि यसले भित्रको सोशल स्ट्रक्चर्सहरु पनि मेन्टेन गर्छ. फर एक्जाम्पल ल हाम्रो कन्स्टिट्युसन एज अ न्यू ल कम अलङ विथ द न्यू पर्सपेक्ट दैट इज फेडरलिजम इन द कन्ट्री हैन अनि हाम्रो नेपाल फेडरल कन्ट्री हो कि युनिटरी कन्ट्री हो कोले डिटरमाइन गर्छ संविधान के हो ल सो ल इज फर फेडरलिजम ल इज फर फेडरलिजम can we say that yes think of the new dimension and new perspective अर्को मैले के टिपाइदिएछु good यसै think of
interrelationship between state and people.
Now tell me how come law is a tool for interrelationship between state and the people. Astuji, can you have any idea? Yes, interrelationship between state and the people. Kasari. So it's like a contract made between the state and the government. I know you take the power, you give me our right. So here.
Duties
yes, Pratikji. Jantali.
Just the government duty ke kosto bhanne.
And the people pay tax, and that is for the development of the country in this way.
Yeah, that always comes along with the rights and duties. I know duties of the state become the right of the citizen. Right of the citizen become the duty of the state. I know. So now, orko point bonus. Good. Next.
Better development project.
Haven't you discussed about it? You answered me like Nelamchi project.
Planning and perspective.
We have discussed it. Next. Now we discuss it. Next.
Limit the power as a tool for limit.
Okay, now tell me. So, Barsaji, how come law as a tool for limiting the power of the government? Rule of law, something. Rule of law, ma'am. Exactly. So, can you give me some of the examples? For example, law. Law states no prime minister can
Dissolve the parliament.
dissolve the parliament. Rule of law. But hamro hero KP dissolve the parliament. But to limit the power, law sustained. Law sustained. That means justice sustained. So law is ultimately the art of justice. Justified. Who said you?
I am sorry that
So recently, have you guys watched this movie? Ekdam chaleko yo. Sochte ma kun movie re? Dimag kharab ya. त्यो त मस्ट मुभी रहेछ म चाहिँ लाइक यतिकै हावातालमा हैन जाउँ न त भनेर आई वेन्ट एन्ड वाच दिमाग खराब अनि त्यहाँ पनि त्यस्तै कि एउटा मेयरलाई चाहिँ पुरा चप्पलले नै हानिदिन्छ कि and that becomes a news. साँच्चै ओलीले हानेको कहिले प्रयास attempt to battery. Okay, anyways ल अब न अर्को पोइन्ट के छुट्यो Have I said that? Did I say that? Liberty भनेको थिएँ मैले. Okay, anyways, now tell me how come law for the rights, liberties, protection of fundamental online participant? Yes, good Sandeep ji. I'm really impressed by Susan ji. Susan ji, yes. Susan ji, your answer is good. I received your answer. It's quite good. Online participant धेरै राम्रो छ. So okay, now I'll give you a question, because of I may take a gap for some days. So as I want to check तपाईहरुले कहाँसम्म आफ्नो लेभल पुर्याउनु भएको छ. Okay, so now I'll give a very simple question. त्यसको फर्मेट कस्तो हुन्छ, जस्ट एउटा मैले यो क्वेशन आयो भने चाहिँ म यसरी लेख्छु भन्ने सरले भन्नु पर्यो है त, एउटा खाका तयार गर्नु पर्यो. Okay, the question for you is 5 मिनेटमा दियो भने म यो क्वेशन आयो भने चाहिँ यस्तो गर्छु भनेर 5 मिनेटमा. Law is a tool for social reform and social control. Law is a tool for you haven't even get the answer yet. Yeah, it's not Good Friday actually. Friday is on I'm the person, so it's not going to be a short class. Law is a tool for social reform and social control. Law is a tool for social reform and social control. Do you agree with this statement? If yes, please define it with possible examples. Harizi, now I'll come with the answer whether you have or not. Law is a tool for social reform and social control. Now, do you agree with the statement? If yes, I know, please present your possible arguments. Okay, so if the question you ask, now think of it. Our exam, you remember as if you are all set to go. Now you have to write the answer. Now the time begins now. So make the khaka of it. For example, म भएको भए चाहिँ पहिला law को define गर्थे, त्यसपछि law as a social reform control figure बनाइदिन्थे, त्यसपछि principle एउटा बनाइदिन्थे. And then I'm gonna come up with so many examples, for example, of abolition of this and that and these and these. And त्यसपछि last मा conclusion दिनको लागि चाहिँ I might have come up with एउटा important social reform dimension, that is social behavior reform act लाई जोडेर चाहिँ मैले एउटा राम्रो perspective राख्थेँ, अथवा education policy मा पनि as a social reform अहिले अनलाइन प्लेटफर्महरुलाई पनि जोडेर मैले कन्क्लुड गर्थे होला म भएको भए. ल अब नाउ इट्स अप टु यु. यसरी नै अब तपाईले म भएको भए चाहिँ यसरी गर्थे. गुड. भूमि चाहिँ कति जना लेखिसक्नु भयो हैन? सो मैले फर भूमिजीले चाहिँ के भन्नुभयो भन्दा एट फर्स्ट आई विल डिफाइन ल, त्यसपछि म मिडलमा चाहिँ आफ्नो भ्युजहरु राख्छु रिगार्डिङ द टपिक, र त्यसपछि चाहिँ के स्टेटमेन्टहरु लेख्छु टु प्रुभ दैट ल इज अ टुल फर सोशल रिफर्म. त्यसपछि आई विल मेन्सन द फिगर. And at the end, I'll keep the Roscoe Pound. Yes, very good, Bhumiji. Again, you're saying that Roscoe Pound definition. Yes, good. That's good. That's the spirit. So, Bhumiji, done. Set. You are set to go. But now, physical participant, think of it. How will you frame this particular subject? Now, Atulji is going to get sick. I'm damn sure. Scarf sign, scarf. Anyways, so please write about it, think about it, work on it. You know, Abhishek ji, khai ta. Aniket ji. अब हरेकको के हुन्छ, अब युनिक के गर्नु हुन्छ हैन? आइसक्यो. अनि त्यसपछि डेटा गुड, अनि त्यस एनालाइसिस गर्ने हैन. सो एउटा तपाईहरु सबैले त यो गर्नुहुन्छ. मैले अब तपाईले अलि बढी मार्क्स दिनु, तपाईले एउटा के नयाँ काम गर्नुहुन्छ यसमा, यो फिगर, यो क्वेशन.
I don't agree.
Unique, well, no, I don't agree. It's a social reform, and law never does social reform. It's always the KP Baz regime, so
we can put the contribution of people to have the evolution of that.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, anyway, so it is a I'm definitely very happy and confident that you guys have that spark on your face. कि तपाईहरु कोही पनि डराएको जस्तो छैन. You are quite seems very vibrant that you, yes, I'm going to give this examination. त्यसरी नै गर्ने. मलाई डर केमा मात्र लागिरहेछ भन्दाखेरि फर्स्ट पेपर है. सो त्यही भएर त्यो फर्स्ट पेपरमा अब तपाईहरुले आईक्यू कम छ कि हैन, इंग्लिश कति मार्क्स आउँछ इंग्लिश?
इङ्ग्लिस आउँदैन
इंग्लिश आउँदैन हैन?
आइक्यू एन्ड जिके
ओके, आईक्यू एन्ड जीके छ हैन. अब जीके र आईक्यू को लागि मिस्टर राज जीके मा है डेटहरु कसरी कन्ट गर्नुभयो सोध्ने. टिप्स एन्ड फिगर्स, बिकज राइट अप मा नो डाउट दैट यू आर each and every individual are going to get the beautiful and handsome mark, हैन. Okay, Dhirendra ji, last one bastema, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to ask you a question, okay? Okay, Raj ji, now tell me the tip. What a tip dinus that we all, including me, that how to memorize data. Raj ji, come on. त्यसपछि म क्लास छोड्दिन्छु राजजीको स्टेटमेन्टबाट. अनि त्यो आन्सर चाहिँ आफ्टर अब म कति दिनपछि आउँछु त्यसपछि आई निड द आन्सर है. पर्फेक्ट. अकर्डिङ टु बेन्थम बिलिभ्स इन दिस थ्योरी एन्ड दिस थ्योरी मिन्स दिस. सो हेन्स इफ आई वाज देयर आई वुड डु दिस एन्ड दिस सजेस्ट द प्रिन्सिपल अफ दिस एन्ड दिस इज व्हाट लॉ इज. ओके, आई निड द दिस पर्सपेक्टिभ. या, सो राजजी.
I don't have it.
Practice.
No, you have to say something. If until and unless you don't say, I'm not going to leave the class.
Middle class leader.
So Razi, come on.
तपाईँ पहिलाबाट नै सबजना एउटा पिजरामा हुनुहुन्छ हैन,
Uh-huh.
सिल्भरको त्यहाँ छान्नेको.
Yeah.
म जुन दिन्छु नि
Uh-huh.
त्यो एउटा पिजरा नै हुन्छ
Uh-huh.
हैन. त्यो एउटा पिजराबाट निकालेर अर्कोमा राख्ने मतलब तपाईहरु.
Fancy cow. Anyways, thank you class. Thank you online participants and really